What if Germany won the Battle of Britain? What if Moscow fell in 1941 and Rommel's tanks in North Africa got the fuel they needed? What if nations in South America allied with Germany? What if the US fell to the Blitzkrieg? What if you were making the decisions?
Okay, so God damn, that is right in my face. We are with the Muzzy Lane booth. They've got Making History 2, The War of the World. May 20th, the game is coming out. I'm standing here with Brian and Jeremy, who are going to be giving us a bit of information about Making History 2. So, first and foremost, what's the general premise? What kind of a game am I looking at here?
Sure. Well, Making History 2 is a simultaneously turn-based World War II grand strategy game, in a nutshell. You control one of the nations in the 30s or 40s and attempt to either take over the world or survive.
Now, as with other Making History games, this does not necessarily follow history. You get to make the decisions, so you get to decide how everything turns out, right?
Correct. The starting settings of the scenarios are historically accurate, but after that, we don't enforce any sort of historical accuracy. So the AI nations or the player nations can do whatever they want.
So could I potentially play someone like Italy and actually take over the world?
If you play your cards right, if other people don't wipe you out early on, you can play as Italy, you can take over the world. You can play Switzerland and take over the world if they, you know.
Switzerland, they wouldn't do that.
They wouldn't, but if you are them, it's then you. So you're making history.
That's true. I might, if I was Switzerland. So it's a turn-based strategy game, turn-based war game. It looks very complex. Is there a good amount of micromanaging, or can you? How does that work?
Well, one of the main themes of the game is to have a very deep game, very complex, a lot of data going on at the same time. Have a very simple interaction, but because we believe that even though we have a lot of data and a lot of things going on, that it shouldn't be hard to make the things happen in the game. So most of our interaction is map-based, and you just drive it without any panels or anything. So if we can take a quick look here.
Oh, yeah.
That's this mouse. Anyway, we're Russia.
So
Click and drag moves a lot like Google Earth. To issue orders, you can just left-click to select a unit, right-click to move.
So
under the hood, a lot of this data is actually showing up, but we like to hide that at an initial blush.
now, is this the type of game where I'm looking at? You know, I've not looked at the screen ever in my life, so granted, it's all very new to me. But is this the sort of thing where, you know, people can just pick it up and play, or is this something, I mean, you really have to get into? Or
It's definitely a game you'll be able to look at it and make sense of it and play some turns without knowing the depth of it. But as you go on, you'll see production fall. Then you might want to hop into the region views, start building up producers. If you see your units die, you might hop into the city view, start making new units. There will be different campaigns, scenarios. They will start during the World War II timeline. We also have an active modding community that will provide mods that will tweak those initial values that will show up along the, down the line after the game comes out.
is this now? This is clearly a game that you can play multiplayer. Can you play? I think it's fairly obvious you can play this online. Yes, yes. Can you play this locally?
Yes.
And how does that work? Do you just tell your friend to leave the room so they can't see what you're doing, or how does that work?
We don't currently have a hot seat multiplayer, but you can play LAN between two computers.
You can either host a server locally on one of your machines. We also have a service where you can spawn a dedicated server on one of our machines, and then connect in to play to it.
Now, have you guys spent a lot of time? I mean, obviously you spent a lot of time developing and working with the game. Have you spent a lot of time playing the game?
I'm the UI developer, so I'm pretty much partial QA because I just play it constantly and tweak it and see what needs to be fixed.
Do you have a favorite nation?
I default to Germany because they're pretty powerful and they can get things done in the early turns. So it's really good to see if I've tweaked something, Germany can just go smash, and it's like, oh, it smashed properly. Check.
So now, how far into the future or present day can this game go? I know you start in World War II era. Does it? I mean, it doesn't end with 1945, does it?
Well, our tech tree ends around the 60s or 70s for the most part, but
it does go a little bit past. We have things like ICBMs and orbital surveillance that you'll be able to research with your national research programs. Here's our tech tree. We have, I think, is it 150? I think 153 research programs that you'll be able to research and unlock different units, different building types, new, more advanced research, anything down to military tactics like guerrilla warfare.
What's the projected, I'm not going to hold you guys to anything, but what's the projected release date for this game?
May 20th.
Oh, that's not far off at all.
Not too much. Terrifyingly close.
Oh, fantastic. Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a bit of a look at this. Jeremy was showing me some of the stuff. You show me. Can you attack someone for me? Can you? Let's invade. Let's get in there. Right now we're the Soviets, right?
Yeah, we are the USSR. F2 will bring up the political map. You can see right here we've got Latvia, we've got Lithuania. All right, we have a unit here. Left click selects it. Spacebar will show me all of the units within it. So this one unit group is made up of horse artillery, mounted infantry, light tanks, more infantry. It's a powerhouse.
Oh yeah, it is.
Right click will drop it right in there. It's going to give me the option to declare war on Latvia and move into Latgale.
Oh hell yeah, declare war.
USS.
You see that?
And now every other multiplayer player in the game will see this, know that now I'm at war. My relations will drop with various people that are befriended them, and their two allies are going to declare war on me, Estonia and Lithuania.
Well, their allies are fools.
So now those movements are locked in. That's all set up. As soon as I end my turn, it's going to start moving right into their country.
Oh, nice. Let's end
So-
that and get in there.
Space bar.
Get in there and get dirty.
Movement from region to region is based on actual physical distances. So getting from here to here is going to take the equivalent of 2 turns. That's based on a lot of different factors. It's based on the region's terrain type.
Like how long it would actually take to march through there and drive through there?
Right now, let's see here. Here are the terrain types. So I'm going from forests into plains, and that has its own penalty. I have different transportation improvements. We can see those by going here and here. So right now everything is railroads. So that's another level of movement. So it should, if I click on the unit, it'll show me 1 turn I'll be there. So next turn I should be there. All right, Germany declared war on Luxembourg. This is all happening, nobody cares. I just took this region. So this is now part of the USSR, and I am moving into Lithuania.
You like that? We're absorbing everyone like the blob. Yeah, Russia's the blob. That's fantastic.
So we can just keep that movement in, keep it just heading right on in there.
Man, at this rate, we're going to take over the whole damn world.
Absolutely. They don't necessarily, have to be Soviets. They could be a Germany that was taken over by France and made democratic or made communist.
That is preposterous.
It can happen.
France taking over Germany? Madness. But it could happen. That's why I like this.
With the right factors, with the right time, with the right resources, Lithuania could take over all of Europe.
Madness. Russia will crush you. Yeah, that's right. I just made that up. Oh, man. Well, great. Hey, guys, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. Jeremy, Brian, thank you very much.